Good afternoon to you all. Um, the Vice Chancellor of this great University of Ghana, Professor Nanaba Piamfu, Pro-Vice Chancellor responsible for research, innovation, and development, who takes care of different directorates, including the RAID, Professor Felix Asante. I see Provost of College of Education, who is also one of the leading members of our project, Professor Sam Kujo. Deputy directors of the project, thematic leads, deans and directors present, heads of department, all protocols observed, our distinguished awardees. It's a great pleasure to welcome you to the second part of the program today. The first part was for us to do our orientation, and we're now getting to the climax, which is when we actually deliver you your letters of award. And we are so privileged that the Vice Chancellor has found time in her congested schedule to join us today to personally hand over the fellowships to you. This project is a truly institutional level project. And that's why it is important that for this program, especially being the first time we are making these awards, that our CEO, the head of the institution herself, is here to deliver the awards, because this is a University of Ghana project. It is completely without boundaries to any departments or units or to any individuals. Everybody can participate. And that is really manifested in the fellowship awards that we are giving today, and as well as the catalyst grants that we are handing out today. Madam Vice Chancellor, as you are aware, since 2022, we have engaged the Mastercard Foundation on a broad range of partnerships with your leadership. Some of these have borne fruits, and some are still, fruiting. And hopefully they'll also bear fruits. Today is the turn of the Africa Climate Collaborative, which used to be called UGC CRES. As a collaborative, we've all agreed to use one name, which is the Africa Climate Collaborative. So that's why the name has changed. This project has four main components. First one is training and capacity building, which is part of what we are celebrating today. Second component, it's research, which is also being celebrated today. Then we have innovation, entrepreneurship and innovation, and that aspect complements what we are doing today, because we expect innovative projects from the students and from the catalyst grants, which can then, or some of which can be developed into innovations for climate resilience or adaptation, or into green businesses that would create jobs and also help us address the effects of climate change. The fourth component is the networks and policy track, which, as the name goes, it's involved with, outreach and partnerships with relevant stakeholders, public education about climate change, policy, engagement, influencing national dialogue, and so on and so forth. So those are the four main components of the project. As you are aware, we're fortunate enough to receive support from the Mastercard Foundation up to the tune of 28.4 million US dollars over 8 years, starting from September 2024. As part of this, we are expected to offer education and overall personal development to 250 students at master's level, 30 at PhD level, and 10 young scientists at postdoctoral level. In order to drive the research agenda of the project, we proposed that we would offer catalyst grants, which would serve as idea development initiatives. So we made a call across the university, which many of you saw. Some of you missed. We hope that by doing this, it creates more awareness. So next time we have more applications from across the university. Once again, these are without any restriction to any department or unit. As long as the project is relevant to climate change and sustainability, we are interested. So from archaeology to zoology, you're welcome to apply and participate in this project. So the call went out and we received 57 applications. Unfortunately, we had only 33% of the applicants being female. They came from diverse areas, but the majority came from population and health, and also the natural and built environment. We had only one, I think, from climate science, which was disappointing. We hope that in the next cycle, we have more on the hard climate science. At the end of a very rigorous process, 6 applications were successful for this particular round, and these include 1 woman. For those that are science-based, they would receive $20,000 for a period of up to 2 years to do the project. And for those that are humanities or social science-based, they will receive up to $15,000 for this. These research initiatives will be complemented by the student fellowships. We expect that the students would do part of the research that the Catalyst grants would be undertaking. And so, Madam Vice Chancellor, for the student fellowships, we again advertised across the university and widely across the continent. Whilst the Catalyst grants were limited to faculty from the University of Ghana as leads, for the fellowships, they were all inclusive to all African students. So at the end of the application period, we received 335 complete applications. Complete. There were some that were not complete and we didn't bother. So 335 complete applications. This included 62 for the MSc, 114 for MPhil, and 116 for PhD. We also had 43 for the postdoctoral fellowships. Now, it's important to note that these came from 11 African countries. Obviously, the majority were from Ghana, but this came from far and wide, East, South, North Africa. At the end of a rigorous process, which included 2 rounds of shortlisting based on various criteria, including having publications in reputable journals. We then went into an interview phase where we interviewed those who were shortlisted. And at the end of the period, we were happy to award today 20 students for MSc, another 20 for MPhil, then 11 for PhD, and 3 at postdoc level. Of these, as is with the vision of the project, we are prioritizing support for women. So we try to achieve at least 70% female ratio. And I think we are almost there. I think out of the 54, we had 37 female, right? So that is around about 70%, which is quite decent. We hope to get to 90% next time. In addition, we are very glad to have 8 persons with disability amongst the awardees, which is another key priority area for the project, is to support persons with disability. We hope that the number 8 will increase at least twofold next time as people learn about this opportunity, as we engage groups, disability groups, and other marginalized groups. We hope to increase those numbers. Madam Vice Chancellor, for the fellowships, these are very generous fellowships we are offering. I thought the students would clap. Are they not generous? Postdocs can get up to 103,900, almost 104,000 US dollars, not Ghana cedis, 104,000 US dollars. There are differences based on whether the person is doing science, I mean the hard sciences or humanities, or whether the person is Ghanaian or coming from outside Ghana. So those bring variations in the amount, but they can get up to almost 104. For PhD, you can get up to 56,450 US dollars. For MPhil, up to 18,300, and for MSc, up to 16,300. Again, based on the track, whether it's basic science or if it's humanities. Madam Vice Chancellor, we have done our best to find the most promising students, and we have this morning explained to them the expectations of the project, the expectations of the University of Ghana, and indeed the expectation of Ghana and Africa. From them, what we have made clear is that we expect excellence, we expect integrity, and we expect a high sense of responsibility. And we are confident that they will not disappoint us. They have all shown from their participation this morning that they are committed to this project. And it's our pleasure to invite you to formally offer them their awards this afternoon. So we thank you, Madam VC, for coming, and we wish all the awardees a fantastic relationship with the Africa Climate Collaborative. Thank you.